a week after the swerve of him joining forces with Edge with them instead of delivering the promoted Hardcore WrestleMania rematch, turning on Tommy Dreamer to start the build to the second ECW pay-per-view. Mick Foley came out near the top of the hour for his promo explanation to set up his first heel run in the business since becoming a top headliner 8 years earlier, about to explain the turn before bringing out the returning Terry Funk to a big reaction, setting up a guaranteed memorable segment with Foley and Funk going back and forth in a heated promo exchange in the first time Funk and Foley were in the same ring since 1998. Seeing Foley turning up the heat on the ECW angle, saying that him and Edge had the greatest hardcore match in history at WrestleMania 22 and won't let ECW be a part of it, ending up with Funk challenging Foley before taunting him to take the first shot in a similar angle to their talked about ECW angle a decade earlier. Seeing the segment with Edge coming out for the second straight ECW beatdown with Foley and Edge taking out Funk, in a recent rare situation gaining over 800,000 viewers to peak the night already at the top of the hour quarter with a show-high 4.6 rating. After closing the program at the Unforgiven pay-per-view 2 weeks earlier, the televised blow-off match of the almost year-long Edge vs Cena feud was set for October 2nd with a cage match for the title, seeing the company after promoting the match throughout the week hyping it up over Raw's 2 hours with highlights from their previous matches over the past 10 months, with Cena vs Edge going over 20 minutes of TV time through the final quarter and overrun to see the match picking up big for the duration of it with over 1.3 million viewers to peak at a 4.3 rating with 5.9 million viewers, the highest rated segment in over a month, while also driving Raw to its most watched overall hour since the day after SummerSlam on August 21st. After doing strong numbers in the previous 2 weeks, the third straight Edge vs Hunter vs Cena handicap match combination was set to headline Raw, this time with Edge and Cena teaming up against Hunter, seeing Raw's second hour closed with the three-way handicap main event along with a Michaels vs Umaga match in the build-up to Backlash in 13 days, topping the second hour of last Monday to draw Raw's most watched hour since before the mid-February USA preemption with over 5.6 million viewers, ending up with Hunter vs Cena and Edge picking up over 800,000 viewers in the overrun, with Edge pinning Hunter for the finish to even the score with each one winning a match. With massive bragging rights after the huge spike for Raw for his first show as champion last Monday, Edge was looking to follow up the career highlight night, with the company in general feeling the momentum of interest boost over the past week, with SmackDown also shooting up to its most watched show in months, looking to keep the ball rolling by promoting a massive double main event to headline Raw on January 16th with Edge vs Flair in a TLC match for the title along with the decisive Angle vs Michaels match, kicking off with Edge bragging about the massive numbers from last Monday before being confronted by new SmackDown champion Kurt Angle to set up the Michaels vs Angle match already for the second quarter, resulting in Raw maintaining the momentum to open huge with one of the highest rated opening 30 minutes in years for the Edge promo, followed by the Angle-Michaels match, with Edge vs Flair after 2 hours of hype in the feud blow-off match in front of Flair's hometown crowd in North Carolina, matching expectations both in the ring and on television to go 17 minutes, putting on a brutal match fitting the high standards of the TLC stipulation to result in another massive main event spike, with the match in the second straight week for Edge and Flair peaking at the 5 rating range in one of the highest rated segments in the past several years. Coming from London, England 6 days to the Backlash pay-per-view, after 3 straight weeks of main event handicap matches between them, with each one of Hunter, Cena and Edge getting a win heading into the 3-way title match, Raw after a back-and-forth promo confrontation with Edge and Hunter opening the show, with Cena this week not getting microphone time in front of the crowd to avoid the expected hostile reaction almost guaranteed for him in England, with him only making a run into major heat, saw the main event being announced by the Spirit Squad with Edge, Cena and Hunter teaming against all 5 members in a 3-on-5 match, going 12 minutes to see it spiking big with one of the biggest viewership gains for a Raw segment in years, picking up over 1.3 million viewers through the final quarter and overrun to peak at a 4.9 rating with over 6.2 million viewers. After declaring himself the most watched WWE champion in years, with Raw numbers shooting up since his title win, the third week of Edge's title run saw Raw continuing to climb to levels not seen in years, with the show hitting a 4.5 rating overall and the joint highest rated WWE broadcast since 2003, building up to a Cena vs. Edge main event tag match with mystery opponents to see the match, with the partners being revealed as Chris Masters and Ric Flair in front of an hometown crowd in Charlotte, North Carolina, for the third straight week, seeing the Edge vs. Flair feud entering the 5 rating range to follow up on their TLC match with another 5 main event rating, peaking with Flair and Cena vs. Edge and Masters drawing over 6.2 million viewers to keep the ball rolling heading into the Royal Rumble on Sunday. The three-way build-up to Backlash saw Raw on April 10 for the second straight week opening strong with a 20-minute Cena-Edge-Hunter promo confrontation gaining over 400,000 viewers to peak the first hour already 20 minutes in, with Cena in the segment also responding to Edge's claim about being the most watched champion in years during his January run, saying that viewers tuned in bigger numbers to see how he lost the title and when he was getting it back, with Raw in reality with strong bragging rights for Edge as a main event player going forward, yet to recover to its January to early February viewership highs after taking the momentum hit from the one-week preemption to Thursday night, with the second hour on the night headlined by the second straight Triple H Edge-Cena handicap combination, with Cena and Hunter teaming against Edge in the main event, jumping to over 5.6 million viewers in the most watched hour of the show since February 6, the week before the USA preemption, ending up with the match topping the previous week to gain over 800,000 viewers with a peak of over 6.3 million viewers in the overrun. With the streak of strong numbers for Raw continuing since the start of the year, with the move from Spike TV to the USA Network making it clear that the ceiling is now much higher, including February 6 maintaining the entire post-Rumble audience to stay at the 5.7 million viewers range, as with all the benefits of the USA move shown on almost a weekly basis. One of the biggest reasons that was noted by Vince McMahon on wanting to move away from the network back in 2000 is said to potentially halt the momentum again, as it did during the peak period, with Raw set to be preempted to air on Thursday next week, coming in bad timing with the challenge to bring back the additional casual audience Raw picked up in the past month despite breaking the viewing habit, and after the massive number for their match the previous week, building the show around another Edge vs. Cena main event, this time in a mixed tag match with Lita and Maria, peaking with a 4.8 rating and over 6.3 million viewers, setting up the main event for the special Thursday Raw, with Mick Foley making his return to referee the Cena vs. Edge title match in hopes of transferring as much of the audience with the added attraction for the Thursday show. 24 hours after the all-time memorable surprise of him cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase to win the title for the first time in his career, Edge, after years of working towards it as a singles performer, was set for his first draw as WWE Champion, with a major segment announced already last night, minutes after the New Year's Revolution pay-per-view went off the air, with the company airing the post-show footage of him leaving the building to announce a special celebration with him and Lita to take place in the middle of the ring tomorrow night on Raw, seeing the broadcast with major curiosity coming from last night, along with it being Raw's first January back on the USA Network since 2000, jumping 1 million viewers over the previous week, with Edge's first night as champion could not have gone better, with the final segment of the promoted Edge and Lita celebration gaining huge past 11 p.m. to a peak 5.2 rating with over 6.8 million viewers, not only the highest rated segment but also one of the highest viewership totals recorded on Raw in over 2 years. Closing Raw's most watched month in years, with the company opening 2006 with strong momentum, along with what is traditionally one of the highest rated shows of the year a day after the Rumble pay-per-view, January 30, 24 hours after the controversial decision to end Edge's title reign despite surpassing all expectations by driving massive spikes for his segments over the past 3 weeks, all entering the 5 rating range rarely seen in years, was set to be headlined by the Edge vs Cena WWE title rematch in hopes of continuing the momentum, with curiosity of seeing if the title change would result in a drastic change in viewership as it did from January 9, resulting in the broadcast overall not only not slowing down but jumping further, with the second hour in particular driven by Cena vs Edge going 15 minutes in the main event, drawing nearly 5.9 million viewers, peaking big for the match with a 5.3 rating and over 6.8 million viewers in one of the most watched segments on WWE television since the WWF name change.